Guys, welcome to Fake Guru. Today we have Brandon M. Young, and he reached out via Instagram, or he just commented under my post where I was saying like, oh yeah, it's so annoying that Kevin David is such a small man that he has to take my video down. And I'm not talking about Kevin, copycat Kevin or copyright Kevin. I'm talking about this Kevin David who allowed us to use his name on Twitter. There's a Kevin David who actually said you can use my name instead. So now we can say Kevin David on this program. Of course, that's who we're talking about. We would never talk about copyright Kevin. So he comments on my post about that. He says, I was threatened to be sued by this guy when I posted something on Instagram or something like that. So I just want you to get us into that because I thought I was the only one. I thought, surely this guy hasn't done this to somebody else. But apparently he has a lot of experience silencing criticism. So why don't you just talk to us about that?
Yeah. Brandon? I mean, obviously when you have such a low success rate and then there's no evidence of it and no one's out there criticizing. And then, I've seen Reddit posts that have been like silenced and pulled. Comments have been disabled. Definitely videos have been pulled from YouTube. So I posted on the biggest thing that bothered me. I found out that Kevin had posted a screenshot in his ManyChat of where he faked sales. And I guess you can do some magic and make it pop up. Yeah. So he forgot to put the comma when he faked his sales. So just literally like committed fraud.
Yes.
Should be in jail because he's defrauding people.
You post it, and then what happens? Does he contact you and tell you like bring it down or else? Like what happens?
So his attorney he sends me a demand letter saying that he is going to sue me for damages for I guess it was libel and
for
damages.
Posting his screenshot.
Yeah, well, I called him a con artist. Con artist.
That's why they always get you on something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can prove it, right? So he was like, he wanted $250,000 of damages, which was laughable. But I have liability insurance and everything, so that would cover it and would cover all my legal expenses if it were to go to it. So basically, I told my attorneys, I was like, well, tell them to F off, but figure out a way to just make it go away. I'm not going to pull the post. I'm not going to not say anything that I want to say because it's true. What bothered me the most is that you've got someone who repackaged content that's not very good from other courses that weren't very good, is a 2 Comma Club X award winner. So he won. That means that you not only won, you sold over $1 million in courses. You sold $10 million in courses. So you've got someone that is, he's defrauded people to the point of over $10 million in courses for a course where he was faking screenshots to sell the course. Your methodology for even finding a product's terrible. Then your methodology for how to launch that product's terrible. And then you're telling people who can't afford it to charge the inventory on a credit card. You should be in jail. Like, honestly, you should just be in jail because your success rate's 3%.
I believe he tells people to charge it on a credit card. That's so insane.
So beyond the overselling of a dream, which is already criminal, and then the get rich quick stuff, which is already criminal, the success rate being at 5% or even lower, like 95% of the people that take his course just lose money and it causes real damage. Imagine the people that are like married. And the number one reason for divorce is financial stress, right?
Yeah.
So these people are like, well, we're working 9 to 5 and we're barely getting by, but maybe we can spend we'll scrape together $1,000 and a couple $1,000 more for inventory. And now we're in debt. We have this credit card bill. It destroys families. It hurts people. That's what pisses me off more than anything and why I'm so vocal against it. It's not. Look, if he avoided his Amazon course and just shut it down, I wouldn't have a problem with him as much. Some of the evidence I'd gathered because I didn't know if I would have to actually go to trial because I was ruling to go. So one of my friends showed me a conversation with him back and forth where he was asking for access to their Amazon account so he could grab a screenshot of their sales to use it to sell his course.
Whoa. What?
Yeah. He wanted a user. He wanted to become a secondary user on the person's Amazon account with access only to see sales. So he could use it as a screenshot. And obviously
No.
my buddy was just like, I'm not comfortable with that. So then he writes back, oh, I already figured it out. And I guess what he figured out is that he could just like use the Chrome hack to like edit it, but
Yeah.
then he forgot the comma. So then he got caught because then he blasted out on his ManyChat like the fake screenshot, which has come back to bite him and haunt him pretty tremendously, I think, because that's why everyone could just tell him to F off when he tries to come after them. It's like, yeah, go ahead. I'll go all the way. I'm happy to dig deep into. Let's talk to all of your students. Let's see how many are really successful, how many of them you've hurt. Let's get testimony from all of them. Let's talk about this fraud that you committed. And then we're going to package it up really nicely with a bow on top, and I'm going to send it to a bunch of attorney generals and a bunch of prosecutors, and we'll see where that goes for you. And I'll send it to Amazon as well, and we'll see how they take Kylie.
Yeah, and the thing is for the people, real quick, defamation suits, in this case, they're used as SLAPP lawsuits. So strategic lawsuits against public participation. It's to silence people. Ultimately, like, you may think, oh, well, maybe Kevin's just worried about his name. That's not what it is. It's because by SLAPP lawsuiting somebody, you can basically shut down the video, shut down the conversation until the lawsuit gets cleared up. And so people with bad reputations, they're trying to protect their reputation with a lot of money, with like kind of a course that a lot of people think are scams. They are the kinds of people that you'll see routinely suing because they don't want the truth getting out there. And by suing, they're basically showing everybody else, hey, don't talk about me because I'm going to basically sue anybody who talks about me. So this is why I've been so vocal about it. Like, this is absurd. I'm not going to let you silence me or anybody else because I think it sends a bad message if I let myself get silenced.
I think the more people that see stuff like this that don't get scammed, it's a victory. So I don't want, like, even don't come look, like, it's not about coming to look for me. It's about, like, don't give guys like that your money.
That is the big takeaway.
If they have Ninja in their name,
yeah,
it's probably a scam. Let's just put it that way.
Well said. Thanks for coming on, Brandon.
Appreciate it.